Welcome to Game of Roses. This is PaceCase.
This is BachelorClues and it's Monday. We're about to dig deep through, how many clips we got today? 12 clips, I think, from various podcasts around the nation. We are in Sauce Wars Part 2, a.k.a. Sauce Wars 2, a.k.a. the second Sauce Wars, a.k.a. Saucier Wars.
A.k.a. Return to Sand.
A.k.a. Return to Sand. We now have a date on that, by the way. Did you see that?
I saw. I posted the picture of Dark Lord Palmer and Wells, and I added in my own GIF of Hannah Brown the Beast.
The Sand Beast. Did you see Kay York City is there as well?
No.
I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. She just posted on her Instagram that she's going to Paradise. And I'm like, is she there to cover it? Is she going to host a date? Is she dating? Is she in the show?
Maybe they have a podcast interview date.
Could be. Where's our invite?
I don't open my mail.
I do, and I didn't get one.
Oh, shoot.
Today we have a bunch of clips. Should we just jump into this, or do you want to go through a brief rundown of what we've got?
Let's jump in.
Clip one comes to us this week from Off the Vine with one Caitlin Bristow. This is from her April 24th episode. In this clip, we are listening to Andrew Spencer, and he's talking about how he's not sure if going to BIP would be good for him because of the lack of control in his narrative. Are you ready, PaceCase, to listen to this?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
If they asked you, would you go on it?
I mean, they have asked me, but I just waiting to see if.
Waiting to see who's there?
Yeah.
You want to see the guest list?
I don't know. It depends. Like, I work in social media now.
Yeah.
So, like, it's tough. Like,
it's scary to, like, put that all on the line for an edited version of yourself.
Exactly. So,
yeah, that's scary.
You just got to make sure that you tread and look at things, the best possible way for you and your future.
That's another thing Alfonso was talking to somebody about last night, was how you can't worry about your edit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get too in your head.
Oh, that was what happened to me last time on Paradise.
You got in your head about that.
Oh my God, I was trying to be the producer. So I was trying to produce my own story.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, I mean,
gotta surrender.
I'm creative.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's too many things you can't control. You can't control the other person.
Yeah. Or any Bachelor edit and producers.
Exactly.
Interesting.
They're not exactly right here.
Spencer.
The fact that you, in quotes, can't control the producers or your edit is not exactly correct. If you're a high-level player and you understand how to do these things, it is very doable. Rest assured. Let me just say that.
You can control the edit. You can spoil shots. You just start singing copywritten songs.
You can literally make deals with the producers and say, I want my edit to go like this, or I want this thing that I did to be in the edit. In exchange, I will sell out this player, or I will do this dumb thing you want me to do. You can make literal deals with them at face value, just in the open. Other players can even see you doing this, and there is no recourse. If the producer agrees to deal with you, at least I have never heard of a time when a producer would agree to a deal, like a blatant open deal like that, and not uphold it. So you can easily do that.
I think it also depends on who you are. Like someone like Colton, I would say was a producer, basically. It was just like, 100%. I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
I also think that this season, the bigger thing that I would have concerns about, and it was difficult to coach for this, we don't know what this season's going to actually be. We don't know what Scott Teddy's intentions are. We don't know how he wants to produce this show. I've heard all kinds of weird things from. There's going to be like perfect match style challenges to they may fold the Goldens into the younger dating pool. All of these things are like on the table, but nothing's confirmed. So we don't really know. So it was like trying to prepare for like different shows, basically. We
know how to respond to crabs in the bedroom, but what if there's a monkey?
There are going to be some monkeys. It's Costa Rica.
Whole different game.
I would just say, if all goes well, expect a lot of monkey play.
Okay, someone just comes with a suitcase of bananas, no clothes.
You got no
Like
idea
your
what's
dad.
coming in terms of these monkeys. You got no
fruit.
idea.
It's the perfect fruit.
Yeah, I don't know if there are actually going to be monkeys where they're shooting, but Costa Rica has a lot of monkeys. And I'm just like, I bet there will be monkeys. And so whatever player kind of steps forward to be the monkey player, I think is going to get a lot of screen time.
I would focus all of my energy on practicing doing experimental zip line play where you like unhook yourself and as if you're like
Fall
going to
to
be
your
in
death.
danger or something.
Yeah. You're like, I would do experimental
Could be
lethal
interesting.
injury play.
Could be interesting.
But I hear what he's saying. Like, he works now in a public capacity where he's doing social media and stuff, and he can't take a hit because we all know what happened to Brendan Marias and Piper James. They went on Paradise. They were both
found love
doing.
with other people.
What's that?
They found love with other people.
Who did? Brendan Marias and Piper James?
Isn't Brendan Marias with Serene Russell now?
Oh, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about his livelihood. When he got excommunicated from the beach, it wrecked his social media. And if Andrew Spencer's job is that, he's looking back at that and being like, well, this could happen to you because you can't control your edit. If they turn you into a villain, it ruins your life, basically, especially financially. And so he's like, it's not worth the risk. But I just don't know if that's exactly true. I get the fear of it. And I think he had a bad time in Paradise the last time he was there. But if you play it correctly, Andrew Spencer, you should have called me. We could have very easily engineered a path for you that would have doubled your social media following out of Paradise.
Dang. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed? Say la vie.
You're basically going to release text messages of the other person that are falsified.
Yeah. It requires a lot of Photoshop, a little AI,
Yeah.
and a good ability to lie.
No moral scruples.
Exactly. Well, I mean, come on. Anybody who's going on Paradise ain't got them.
What
You kidding me?
What?
All of these players are DMing each other and making partnerships. Well, I mean, not now. They're all in Paradise now. They flew out yesterday. Not yesterday. What are we recording this? What is today?
DLP,
Friday?
I saw
Thursday?
posted either today or yesterday that he was flying out. So
Yeah. Tuesday and
Must be
Wednesday were all the
starting.
flyouts. We're recording this on a Thursday. They're all there. So the deals that have been made are in place or they're not. Will they be upheld? We don't know. But 100%, all of these players are trying to put those relationships, set them in stone basically before showing up in Paradise. Because
is K York City going to be in the player pool?
I don't know. No one understands what her post was.
She's with Dancing Gary.
I don't know. I think she probably is there to host a group date or do some kind of, interviews or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's move on to our next clip, if we shall. This comes to us from those old Viall files. This is from April 24th. And Viall
America's
is basically
favorite millionaire.
multimillionaire.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it was reported in a reputable news source. Right now, we're going to listen to the
Do your
Viall
own research.
Files crew. We did the research. What are you talking about? This is reported in Deadline.
I don't know.
Okay. The Viall Files crew in this clip is reacting to the news that Hannah Brown is going to be on BIP. Here we go.
Ooh.
Is this kind of a bit of a demotion?
I
Like
don't think so. I'm sure it's like share the wealth, but I just kind of feel like maybe like Wells is going to be the like daytime everyday bartender, and then I feel like for maybe rose ceremonies or like maybe like one on the like date situations, like maybe she'll be hosting like her own segment.
But do we need 3 hosts?
That's the question.
You know, like there's only so much airtime.
I mean, I personally wanted Wells to have Jesse's job, so that's where I'm like, I don't know, bringing in a third. How we're balancing the time.
Well, I guess
it takes a lot of communication.
There's also a lot of people.
We're also like bringing in the Goldens, so maybe they're like, we need some extra hands on deck for all these people.
Oh my
How do they balance all the time with all those hosts? There's like 6 people talking over each other.
It's the sourest of grapes for this man at all times. Is this like a demotion? No, motherfucker. It is a renaissance, a rebirth of the entire franchise, and they have tapped Hannah Brown to be the angel that comes down from heaven to lift this show from the grave and resurrect it in a brand new format. Not you. You didn't get the job. You didn't get the Jesse Palmer job.
Not Hermione. You.
This is 100% sour grapes. He is pissed that they didn't tap him to do anything. And so he's calling it a demotion because in his mind, it must be that. Why would you ever go back to do a guest hosting spot on Paradise?
Wait, it's a demotion for Hannah or it's a demotion for Wells?
Hannah Brown.
Oh, how is
That's
it a
how I took
demotion?
I don't know. I think he thinks of Paradise as like it's the lesser of all of the, kind of Bachelor product. And so she already
hosted the Circle of Pain date. This is a promotion from that.
Yeah, I agree.
A guest appearance to a series regular.
Yeah. I mean, if he was talking about Wells, he's correct in that. It is a demotion for Wells because he's now got to share screen time in that similar kind of role. Like, I'm just the happy-go-lucky guy who talks to everybody here. Well, Hannah Brown's doing that too now, and there's going to be direct comparison made between your performances. That'll be impossible to not do. You're going to see them virtually side by side, if not side by side in an edit, and you're going to be like, oh, she's super funny, super charming. She's better than him. Why do we have Wells? I think everyone's
sucking up to her.
Yeah.
Unlike Wells.
Well, if they're smart. There's some players who are probably reading all of her books on the flight there. There's some players who probably have a list of 20 questions they can ask her to befriend her. There's some players who probably have that stuff.
I can't wait for this season.
If you're not one of those players, good luck.
Well, I'm just excited we have a Gore girl hosting BIP this year. That's very exciting.
Maybe we can get Wells to become a Gore girl once he gets officially released from the team, once his contract is waived. I just don't see how. Oh my
God.
I don't see how. I know that he's got tenure at this point, but that can be revoked. I just don't see how there is a world where you're watching Hannah Brown do what Wells Adams does, at least in some capacity, and thinking to yourself like, yeah, we need both of them.
Right.
Because they're paying Wells too.
The
Don't
budget.
forget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they had to pay Hannah Brown a pretty penny, and Wells has been there for how many seasons have you been doing this? Like 4 or 5. That number goes up every year, I would assume, if he has decent agents. And so he's maybe priced out at this point. I don't know.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I hope they put him in the edit, like giving advice against each other.
God,
like,
please.
Okay, he said to do this, but she says to do this.
I just want to see that moment where they have to pretend to be friends. Him and Hannah Brown. Oh, hey, Hannah. It's great to have you out of Paradise. Let me show you how to do the bartender thing. Yeah, he's going to have to try to pull seniority a little bit. He'll try to make himself more the Paradise person than her, to her face. And she just, it ain't going to hit. I know where
everything is.
It ain't going to hit. I just watched that.
I'm so excited.
Group date recently on Colton season where they all have to eat bugs out in the woods.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my God, nothing makes her flinch. She's just like, eating bugs, I don't know about all that. What else can we do? And then her and Demi run off and get a hamburger and shit. It's like, oh God.
And she ate the bug.
Yeah,
and she won World's Toughest Warrior.
Yep.
I mean.
Yeah, Paradise is going to be a cakewalk for her. God, I can't wait.
And yes, he has, seniority or whatever, but they're in a different location. So he can't actually show her anything.
That's true, actually. You're right. She's going to be as knowledgeable about the lay of the land as he is. Oh my God. This is going to be so good. I literally can't wait for it.
Me too.
All right. Shall we
This
move
is the
on?
rivalry we deserve in BIP 10.
Well, also though, how do you think Teddy is going to edit that? Let's say that there is a real rivalry. Let's say that there is some kind of, not animosity between them, but there's a little bit of competition going on for screen time and who's going to, maintain this role in the years to come. Can she usurp Wells? Does Wells feel threatened? All of that's going to be there. Yeah. Will Teddy put that in the edit? Teddy, if you're listening, put that in the edit. We want to see it.
I mean, you and I want to see it.
Everybody
Is this
does.
what the content everyone wants?
Yes.
I hope Hannah Brown has trained her ass off for this, like it's World's Toughest Warrior, and that she does some sort of like Coyote Ugly type performances on the bar. She can do bar tricks and like spin shit. She's a complete mixologist now.
That's exactly what I would have done. If I got this call, I'd be like immediately in the Tom Cruise cocktail training class. Let me show this guy how it's done.
In that outfit.
Yeah.
No pants. Sorry, Wells.
Who had no pants?
Tom Cruise in that.
I don't remember that.
Isn't that the thing where he's sliding across the floor in like the white shirt and no pants?
God.
Am I not thinking the right thing?
That's a movie called Risky Business. And that's the movie that made him a giant superstar. I highly recommend that movie.
Oh my God.
The premise of that movie is he is in high school and him and his high school buddies decide to throw a party and they get a prostitute, Rebecca De Mornay, to bring all of her prostitute friends there. And they start essentially making money off of these prostitutes at these parties. And he's rolling in money. At the end of it, she double crosses him, steals all the shit out of his parents' house. His parents are on vacation, which is why he's running this thing. She steals all this shit out of his parents' house and then sells it all back to him for all the money he made. And there is this, he's trying to get into Harvard. And so the end of the movie comes and there's the guy who was like going to be the person who either gets him in or not, his admissions person, shows up at one of these parties. And he's just like, oh, I'm fucked. My whole life is over. But it turns out the dude loved it. And so it gets him into Harvard to show that he was able to like pull all this business shit together. It's a fantastic movie. Couldn't recommend it more.
One of these times, me not getting one of these references, I'm just going to see your head explode.
Yeah. Cocktail was much later in his career. And that is where he plays a guy who opens a bar on a beach and he's good with throwing around the drinks. All right. Let's move on.
It's perfect timing. New Mission Impossible coming out.
What?
Isn't there?
Yes. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? I'm so confused.
Tom Cruise timing. It's the theme.
Okay. I'm lost. Let's move on to our
Taurus season, baby.
Our third clip here comes to us from a little podcast called Your Favorite Thing, hosted by Wells and his friend Brandy. This is Wells Adams we're talking about. In this clip, we get Wells and Brandy's reaction to Hannah Brown and how that might impact his role in Paradise.
Stop.
Enjoy! Here we go. If you want to see this clip of Wells talking about if he feels threatened or not by Hannah Brown, please go to patreon.com/Game of Roses. Join us in the pit. You're going to get all the rest of this episode, including that clip of Wells and a bunch of other clips that are kind of like that, as well as all the Digging Deepers we've ever done. All of our live shows that we do Monday at 4:30 p.m. PST on YouTube. Everything ad-free. You get on our Discord where you can submit your screams.
PaceCases, Palapas, Clue Corner, and now Casa Gore, where we are going through Battle Camp right now, and we're going to be going through Hannah Brown season in honor of this upcoming rivalry.
Yes, a tribute to the Sand Beast. So please join us in the bottom of the pit.
Please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast. Please get a friend to listen to us, and then please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast.